Greetings and welcome. I'm PsychicMediumRoberto, and I truly hope you're doing well. I was just pondering there for a moment as we start to eclipse the shadow of the portal sequence. I'm currently in the turnaround while recording this. I'm in the late afternoon, September the 8th. And I was at some point thinking, perhaps I'll record this episode in the portal. But then we might have a situation where and the episode would never have got out, right? Anyway, I think we're in for a pretty good episode on this one. Trigger warning, the subject matter deals with mature nature, is of a mature nature and deals with true crime events, world disillusionment events, the World Hoax Show events. Disclaimer, all cases, names, people are treated as alleged until proven in their court of law. Disclaimer, all numbers used in this case pertain to the case context specifically and bears no resemblance to similar or same numbers you may have in your date of birth. Just reminded then of, you remember that movie? Oh, we're talking about the movie biz, are we? And a little bit more than just Hollywood, but let's use it as a starting point. Al Pacino in The Scent of a Woman. I'm in the dark here. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your broadcast about Agenda Hollywood. No. So, a little bird gave me a message. The little bird there is a video online. Now, I'm not going to give the source just yet because I want to qualify a few things. And effectively, by the end of this episode, we would have confirmed or not confirmed. I don't have all the answers. I certainly got some glaring numbers here. Glaring numbers. Do you remember the movie The Matrix? Did you know Tom Hanks is linked to The Matrix, the movie? The choice whether to take a child's blood, the red pill, Adrenochrome, blood of children, is it? I must say, when The Matrix came out from a film practitioner point of view, for an entertainment practitioner point of view, and even as those in the biz will know, it is also a very technical industry. So my technical knowledge is very good. And we always like to, hey, did you see what they did on this movie and what they did on that? And when Matrix came out, it was the whole, how did they do that time warp shit, right? And I remember behind the scenes footage, I don't know, he was called the Lizard or something to that effect, which is quite ironic in a way. Gecko, whatever it was, maybe a smaller version of the big ones that are roaming around. Be that as it may, what a movie this was, right? Turns out, the original screenplay, the original story of The Matrix, the original, was stolen and landed on the lap of Tom Hanks. Allegedly. I got entertainment numbers in my numbers. So, stolen screenplay allegedly lands on the endocrine chronic addiction person, lands on his lap during the day. At the time. How the hell did that happen? Have I got a story to share with you? And to support the story, we are going to look at some numbers, because for all I know, I could be telling a story. All right, this is not AI generated 100% meat sack. All right, so the story goes, and yes, if you're watching a visual version, and I will zoom in. I noticed I haven't been zooming in lately. The original screenplay for The Matrix was known as The Immortals. Long story short, the gentleman that wrote the original screenplay through divine, creative, let's say, inspiration, I forget his name now. You can find him on the, what show was that? Rosie O'Donnell, what's her name? I'll get her name properly at the end. According to their story, so let's have a look. We're just going to look at that first. And then based on that conversation, there's a whole lot of other information here. Then I also started putting 2 and 2 together. Tom Hanks. No. Isn't he one of the main guys in Hollywood? As an introductory footnote to Tom Hanks and the story that is about to unfold, one weekend, it was around March the 12th, 2020, some of you might be getting a shiver, which ended up being the damnation called coronavirus. My head did a 90-degree turn. Now, of course, the reason why I know this weekend very well was the Australian Formula One was about to get going. And I believe around Saturday of that weekend into Sunday, McLaren, and it's not McLaren's fault, it's just the way it is. A couple of their people got the corona. And one thing led to another. By the time we got round to Sunday morning, Sunday opening time, the event was cancelled. That was devastating. F1 was put on hold for quite a while. But then, 90-degree turn, all of a sudden, text coming out of Australia. Tom Hanks has the thing. Tom Hanks has the thing. No. Oh, it was because he was filming in Australia, so it makes complete sense. The thing was already out in the open in Australia. We know the tainted blood issue. Once that corona gets in, it doesn't taste the same, does it? So we're also going to look at when he tweeted or put a post on his Instagram, which was on March 12, 2020. We're going to look behind the Insta post. Don't you think this, if you're watching the visual, there's a picture here of a white surgical glove half in and out of a trash medical bin. That in itself is medically problematic in that the disposable should be completely concealed within the plastic, right? So what is the message? Someone said, let's see the message now. Oh, look here, ladies and gentlemen. So the tweet goes out March 12. Message to the community. What community? He's sending a message to the world. All my fans, I'm sick. Corona is real. Was he sending a message to us? His fan base. Well, he's certainly sending it out to a particular community. Let's see if it's his fan base. Oh, no. 21-3. Oh, something's wrong here. Look where the message is going. So, 21-3, oh shit, the blood is not good anymore. It only lasts for 8 days. How are we going to make it? Whatever it is. Someone tainted the juice. Oh, the family. Look here, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been watching the Portal episodes, the hills of California, the vampire hives, and recently spotted in Netherlands, 24-6. Oh, he's sending a disgruntled message to the familia, the family of bloodsuckers. And look, 28-10-1, if a message comes from Tom, it's real, or whoever's playing Tom. The message is real. Bad Batch arrived on set this morning. Oh, please, Mr. Tom Hanks, will you come to set? We're ready for you, sir. And he's having convulsions in the trailer. What happened? Oh, there's a vial line next to him, however they fucking do it, right? He's having convulsions. Whatever's in there is killing him. It's a virus. It's like a virus. So they had to restore him or just replace him. But message went out via Tom Hanks' portal. 28-10-1, message to the 10-1, motherfuckers. 10-1, 10-1. Oh, by the way, if the name Tom Hanks is quite jarring and involved in the Matrix saga, wait till you find out who else is involved. Guess who? Neuralink. Neuralink. Who's Neuralink, you ask? So, founded June 21, 2016. Elon Musk. Elon Musk? Now, what has Neuralink got to do with the Matrix? What has Tom Hanks got to do with the Matrix? Long story short, the real writer, according to his oral or verbal account, they hoodwinked the screenplay from him, and through legal purposes, because that's how they defeated him, by legal purposes, he never got his 1.4 billion. That went to Warner Brothers. We'll get to Warner Brothers in a minute. The company at the time was called Clavier Space Incorporated, which, according to paperwork and stamped and approved by Quacks, employed Tom Hanks to curate and be the guy for the stolen The Immortals by Tom Hanks. See a title, The Immortals by Tom Hanks, employee for hire, ordered and commissioned by HBO. HBO, a division of home box office. Fuck off, motherfuckers. Time Warner Entertainment, fuckheads. Party 1, Tom Hanks. Certificate of authorship. When was this? 1999. Just before the movie came out, they were haggling. Apparently, now, as the story goes, and we'll get into these numbers, let me give you some context. Now, one could have always asked, whatever happened to these motherfuckers? Let me get their names here. Where did I put them here? Larry Wachowski and Andy Wachowski, the two gentlemen in the middle of the picture, right? Let me use this as the full screen. Now, one can say, and at the time, people were saying or thinking, I was watching this. You see, when you get rich and famous and you got no time in your hands, you just want to faff around. So first, let me just get the name right here. First, Lana went for it. And then, I don't think Andy ever did, but there's someone playing Lily Wachowski. Yeah, she is here in bloom. Anyway, everyone thought it was quite weird at the time. I certainly thought it was weird. And people are saying, yeah, you see, once you start making them big money in Hollywood, things begin to change. So it turns out, according to the narrative, and I'll probably leave the link in my description, it's worth watching. These two guys, when they received the original story as registered in the Copyright Office, here's all the information, we're going to go through it, God willing. When they received the script, the message was allegedly by the Warner Bros. People and so on. Anyway, allegedly, change fucking everything, but keep the story. Right? Because that's how you fuck around with copyright and intellectual property laws, right? So the two young men who apparently were these hardened storytellers, filmmakers, in their hearts of hearts, the first frame they ever wrote or filmed, whatever was photographed and is living evidence and proof today, was the information about the original writer, as in the character that he had created within the original story. That was evidence to put the case down. Long story short, as the story goes, because there's people that control the people that control the puppets. And then, so the puppets are the Tom Hanks. Then there's the people that control the workers, like these two scriptwriters and filmmakers, right? Some would call them handlers. If you've watched the 27 Club series, playlist, there's other entertainment episodes in there. We find ourselves once again in the center of trepidation and the filth that is promoted as box office, and the world throws their money back at them. Hails and feed us more of that programming. Hail, you know, that shit. Never a dull moment. Then it turns out the original writer of the Matrix, right, creates this whole system. So when you tap into the Matrix or you come out the Matrix, you know that big bolt and vacuum shit they put behind your head? and you're in, download, helicopter pilot. It's commonly referred to in this contemporary time as Neuralink. Where are you, Neuralink? Apparently, the technology of the original screenplay, because you know, if you're a sci-fi writer, you may be using contemporary science and then just fast track it to write a story. Or if you're in the know, then you know a bit more. Apparently, the information was given to Elon Musk at the time. So then one would wonder. So Elon Musk has been there for a while, right? He left South Africa when he would have been, I don't quote me on his age, but generally speaking, 17, 18, 19, when you had finished high school here in South Africa, right? Then he goes overseas to study, and zap, he gets incorporated, right? Inc. You know, the agency Inc. people. So he's been there for a while, and he still wants to come talk shit here. So we will go into Neuralink as well. I will say the intention of Neuralink. We've got a conflict here. See there? Interestingly, there's a family conflict 24/6. They infiltrate the family, right? So, because they want everyone to be neuralinked for when the big switch comes, right? Dumb motherfuckers. Oh, I feel different today. Oh, then you walk into your lounge. Neuralink, brought to you by Elon Musk and Starlink. Yeah, mother gooks. All right. So we got a conflict here in the intention already. So one can even say what they're saying is bullshit already. 24/6, you're dealing with family people, families. We're dealing with big issues here, actually. So 6, I'm just trying to think. So to answer the question, is it really about the brain? Yes, brain numbers here, right? 30, outcome 3. There's been a recent couple of episodes, and Cindy Lauper just popped in. Remember me, my 30, outcome 3, zap. They can zap you. And we've seen that in Mission Impossible, how they can, let's tone it down, zap you. Who would want to do that? And why? 39-12-3, mass control. 39-12-3, mass and overbearing control. Anyone got those numbers as well in their date of birth? The agency Inc. Look here, ladies and gentlemen, in the +6 of Neuralink. So this is what it's going to do, right? It's going to fuck you up. 27-9. There's 3 9s in the first 2 rows. 999. This thing ain't working for shit. There's a problem here. I went onto the website, Neuralink.com, and believe me, I'm not being sponsored by these carnivores, right? Feels very eerie. And then there's a tab, test patients. Do you remember all the test patient bullshit that the US went through in the 60s, 70s, and 80s? And in one of my podcasts recently, I mentioned the Nuremberg issue. If you didn't know, when America and everyone else killed Hitler and well, let's say destroyed Germany, let's say, we'll get to the Hitler issue at another point, but won the war against Germany. So at the time, if you weren't aware, And of course, you know about Auschwitz and all the concentration camps and the human experimentations that were going on. That's what I was talking about, right? Now, if you go a bit deeper as well, we find that the Japanese were also torturing the Chinese. And the Japanese were also coming up with all sorts of biological experimentation, vivisections, live operations. The fucking Chinese oak is still alive while they're operating on him, right? To test, at what point will his heart give up when we do a live fucking surgery, right? How barbaric is that shit? Long story short, all of that information from Auschwitz, from the Manchurian, was it Manchurian? What was somewhere with, anyway, I forget the name now. It's a Chinese name where they were doing the experiments. Anyway, long story short, the Americans, can go read it up, the Americans bought all of those experimentations. They bought them. The papers and the findings, everything, they bought them. Then we see traction again during the 60s, 70s, and 80s in America, LSD experiments, all sorts of fucking Comtrail, all sorts of experiments going on, right? Then we start hearing the word MK Ultra. Started in the army, right? Because the army produced the LSD bullshit, right? We know the MK Ultra was actually started in the UK. Anyone get a glimpse of Harry over the weekend? So much chrome in the air. In the action, on the surface, 15.6, regular guy. Don't worry, you can trust Neuralink. Who watched Terminator? So when we went round to Y2K, the Terminator moment, right? Hidden, 33.6. So 6, here's the issue, here's it. The number means, when we talk about behavior. So now, so 30 outcome 3, brain activity, chemicals. You know, when you have a 3-0, it's like a bomb. Now, a bomb can also be measured as micronewton, a little spark goes off in the brain, right? So 33.6 is controlling, double controlling, but controlling of the networks that control your behavior. So they're going to make you a dumb sack shit, like that Kelsey guy dating that witch, what's her name? 15.6. Don't worry. You look down today. He's okay. He's just been neuralinked. He'll be fine tomorrow. And then tomorrow you see him jogging up the road, you know. So like a day of downloading. Yeah, dumb gooks. Outcome 42.6. So we have a story, 42.6, ladies and gentlemen, at the level of Neuralink and the shit we're dealing with here. One can argue humanity, the family, are going to be destroyed. I have a story here. There was a movie that came out just after The Matrix that always piqued my interest for some reason. And now today I understand why. There was a movie shortly after The Matrix and during The Matrix, and one can argue was in the shadow of the Matrix trilogy, but not a bad movie for the 50,000 they made it on. But very good. The story's there. It's a usual concept how the maniacal 10 ones want to rule the world. And how do they rule the world? Even these soldiers, the agents. Remember the agents in the Matrix? The agents are dumbed down in this movie with an injection. Because they're not allowed to think about emotions. They must be human robots, humanoids, 15.6. Okay, there. In the +3 of the movie release date, 15.6, hidden 24.6. Never a dull moment. The family busy with all sorts of inceptions. Common numbers. Look here in the +9 of the release date of Equilibrium. I watched it recently, the first 15 minutes. The one guy who still likes artwork, we see him injecting in the neck. He just looks at the book one more time before he gives him injection because he knows he's going to be fucking numb for the next 12 hours, you know. So here we have it here, ladies and gentlemen. 30 outcome 3, 12.3, Neuralink. 30 outcome 3, 12.3. So interestingly, when this, I don't even think it's the real Elon Musk then either. I'll have to investigate that further, but it's some gobbledygook. June 21. So this company was founded June 21, 2016. 21.3, something's been manipulated. That's the word for manipulation. Look at William. Look at the royal family. Manipulation. Bow to the king and queen, you peasant servants. Surrender to the Jesus Christ, you dirty peasants. All the kids, hail Disney, you dirty peasants. Careful what you surrender to. Neuralink. June 21. We have a 27.9 portal sequence. 27.9 portal sequence. All those wanting to be God, put your hands up. Let me click the front screen here. There's Tom Hanks. Oh, good news, guys. As we go to ad break quickly. Good news, but entertainment sideline cherry on the top. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith appeared together for the first time in nearly a year. Oh, when I saw this, I just felt like my knees were trembling. They shared a lunch at a popular Malibu spot. When did they do that? Let me tell you. Saturday, 7 September. Look at them. Hey? Gone through trauma clinic again. Been revitalized. Been reminded why. But I'm having problems believing that's Miss Smith there. Jada seems a bit different. Jada seems a bit different there. It's not the same vibe that I used to get from her watching The Matrix. September the 7th, eh? Now, why would that be significant? What a production, 16.7. You know when the sacrificial day is relevant, right? When you have these stupid people or puppets, however you want to see them, lizard fodder fuckers, all pop up around. This must be like Christmas for them, eh? Harry was in town yesterday, eh? Nothing like a bit of a party to bring everyone together. Why are they all wearing like yellow gold vibe? Now, I'm no Louis Vuitton thing. I'm not a Gucci guy. I'm not a bling bling ding-a-ling. But it just seems like there's just so much gold or yellow here. What is the messaging? One can say, looks like. Oh, we refreshed from trauma camp. Oh, I'm so glad they beat us to a pulp again. I really love it there. All right, back from the ad break. What are these people doing? Back to Neuralink. We were slightly disconnected there for a moment. How do you feel now? Oh, I feel rejuvenated, like I went on holiday for a whole year. Time lapse, 3 seconds. Oh, how much did it cost? $4 million. Oh, I want to go again. All right, let's have a look. So 42.6, they definitely want to destroy homes, family. Funny enough, if you are, well, I won't say I studied Nostradamus. I read his stuff back in the day when I was learning how to ride my bike. And he said there, in this age where we are now, right, where the Christians are called lukewarm. Not me, it's in your Bible, lukewarm in this phase of life. Maybe they like them warm. 42.6 is destruction of family. We're in the age of families being destroyed through video games, TV shows, movies. Interesting when you look at Warner Brothers, founded April 4, 1923. The motherfuckers have been around for a while. One could say since the start of time. All right, let's see. So Warner Brothers has a 4+4 conflict. Now, in the industry of the writing information even, is a conflict here. So even before they even put out a movie, we know something's been tampered with. One can even say the truth has been tampered with and has been manipulated. 8. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All of a sudden, my popcorn's turning green, moldy shit. 15.6. Interesting. 15.6. So the demon enters the human. 15.6. So we have demon numbers 23.5, 14.5, 5. Okay, it's not out and out. Let's see. Maybe it means something else, or it's the inner group, the outer grouping. I've noticed with a lot of these dates that have popped up here, a lot of 8s around. And we see at the most significant times in the sacrificial sequences, let's have a look. Yes, there's always the 8s. There's always the 8s. And when I revealed in the +9 of the, where all these 8s are, we are dealing with them green lizard motherfuckers. Now, let's not forget, there are some humans involved, those tasty ones. But when we go through the sacrificial portal series, and which is currently in it, we're currently in it. Behind the scenes, they are feeding, etc. And yet, where were we? Warner Brothers. And yet here we find lizard numbers. $14.5 in the middle. So let me just say, God bless you all. Well, those that want to be. $14.5 Bullshit coming down through the cinema pipeline. Feeding us fodder. Gulp, gulp, gulp. 2911-2. 2911-2. I suppose the ink in the pen is still red. That original red. Oh, what an original red. 1802. So the conflict year is 13-4. 13-4, hey? So 13-4 is the story, is the novel-size book. It's not the screenplay. Screenplay is 22-4. I suppose 8 can be the picture show. 17-8 performances, picture, broadcasting picture. They are a holding company and not necessarily a producing company. Audiences, 20 outcome 2. Their main business, by the looks of things, is not, I know this is going to sound weird, is not necessarily audience. Otherwise, there would be emphasis. This is a small audience here. We know they're big. There's an ulterior motive here. 32-5. They are destroying things here. They are bringing immoral things in here. Oh, let's acquire Warner Brothers. What is our mission, Neuralink? We want to destroy families. Warner Brothers. I know how we can do that. Let's put destructive programming in the TV box. Can create immoral behavior. Someone said, enter the Sandman. I've been asking myself, I had been knowingly and unknowingly asked myself, or I was wondering for a while now, what is the number for adrenochrome, right? So adrenochrome is the liquid that these poor sods drink that is acquired from the blood of petrified children. Keep feeding them your money. So here's the story in its bare necessity, right? The original story. What do we find hidden? 40, outcome 4. Mass adrenaline number. Super medical number. Super strong number. And look where it's positioned next to. 13-4. Look at now this is when the cockroaches get hold of this thing, right? Look what they've turned it into. So look at their in the +9, all is fucking revealed. Humanity of children, lands, so in other words, countries of children, mass children, destruction of children, 31-4, 22-4, 34. All of these 4s now hidden 40 outcome 4. Why is it hidden? Because that's what they do behind closed doors. Manufacturing that Rona blood. Package number 111. Please, it must go to Australia quickly. Tom is busy that side with a movie. Sure, they send it off. Came out of a US lab. And he gets his batch. Blasts a message from Australia to the family. Main message. Shit is in the blood. 40 outcome 4. So 15.6, so yeah, when Tom Hanks tweets his whatever this fucking thing is with a glove in a box, that's not even medically approved. 15.6, so it's about the virus, the human getting sick. Ooh, 18.9, threat of death to the 10.1s. Oh, last week's one was so much better. Meanwhile, petrified, terrified children are being murdered, sacrificed, drained of their adrenaline-filled chrome. These are the ones we cheer and praise. So they brought the new one out on September the 7th in Malibu. Everyone's chilled in Malibu, hey? They're not going to, hey, that looks like Will Smith. But I don't know the vibe I'm getting from this Jada Pinkett Smith character. Seems different. So when the movie comes out, the first Matrix, right? Look what date comes out. 31/4. 31/4. Didn't we just see that number somewhere? 31/4. Oh yeah. When the original movie was written as well. Okay, so it's carrying through. 31/4. Yeah. What do we end up with in the +9? 40. 40. Outcome 4. In the energy flow. In the +6. In the +6. Us meat sacks. They created meat sacks as well. Remember I said in the Royal Kate show when they went to the Natural History of Food Museum. So here in the +6 of the release date of Matrix 1, hidden, 40, outcome 4, next to a 13/4. Leo must make the choice of his life. Leo has been made an offer. The red pill or the blue pill. You can swallow the suffering of children. These are the people we cheer and take photographs with and jump in the streets. Look, Keanu Reeves is in a new movie. What is it? The Matrix. How one idea spawned, I even remember Joel Silver, right? He's the original producer, right? I mean, I watched so much The Matrix behind the scenes. I could probably rewrite everything from just knowledge. I mean, it was a technically advanced film at its time. The shot design was amazing from directing point of view. Hey, when you get that red pill, you can live as long as you want. You can be creative as you want. Remember there was that whole story, Leonardo and all the people taking them blue pills. Oh, look how sparkly blue his eyes are. When I got the message, and thank you, you know who you are. It's amazing how life events, life situations culminate into a story like this for me. being in the entertainment biz myself, not in Hollywood, fuck me. I don't know. From a personal point of view, practitioner point of view, I always say, well, at least we can see and learn from how they produce and direct their films from that point of view, right? But shit, what you have to do to get there. Let's ask Larry and Andy. So how was it? Huh? In a short space of time, they go from fucking, these two look like the two idiots in what we've seen a lot of animation cartoons, right? They like the funny people in a serious movie, right? Almost like a Laurel and Hardy character setup. But you know, those cool geeky guys. Neuralink. Interesting. Hello. Hello. Good to you. Oh, okay. You want me to open the gate? Okay, sure. Okay. Okay. And bye for now. Maybe there'll be more.